everybody? Can everybody hear me? Let's just start there. We got to see if this is working or not. It should show my mic over here on the side. That would be nice. Mad Dad says he can hear me. All right, we're official. No hitch so far, right? And Tad, you're a liar. I'm not no professional at all. That's why I get away with this show. I know, right? It's been a few weeks. Lots happened in the last couple of weeks. I haven't really got to talk to anybody about all the crap going on. But I did want to answer you, Tad, on your car earlier. Beautiful car. You know what I found out the problem was? You ain't got no magnet in it. That's why it spins out on the curves. I wanted to say it in your post, but I was like, no, wait till live. There ain't no magnet in it. What are the people with no magnets? It was built with a magnet. Most of them were built with a magnet in them. Anyway. Yeah, I actually, I did take the, what is that? Sure. Rio slot. Datsun 510. I put the magnet in it yesterday, or it was the day before. And the problem is now that I got the magnet in it, it's pulling, the wheels are rubbing for some reason. I can't figure out what I did wrong. I'm allergic to magnet. Well, on your check, I'm sure you are, because it's probably not magnetized at all. I'm sure you got the non-magnetic braids on there. So, but me, on the other hand, I love magnets. All kinds of. I can do all kinds of things with these things. Oh, this is just for another project I was working on. Anyway, I've been working on a lot of things. Scenery, I'm trying to get there. Magnets are dragnets. Tough crowd. Is that music too loud in the background? Should I eliminate it? I tried to set it low, but well, really call it scratch builds at the moment. I've got the body painted, ready to go. I just got to mount it, solder the 2 mounting brackets across it, and just put it on there. But I think it was you, Ted, that I talked to about that. I got to get some more wheels. Those wheels aren't going to work. They're too wide. It's the way the body's shaped. It kind of forms in, comes out a little bit and goes back in, and they're rubbing no matter. I mean, you have to almost have it perfected. And I think when you do have it that way, the car's just slightly off. So I got to learn how to do the wheels so I can change wheels out, and just need them a little thinner. Not much, just a hair, so I can actually make it roll. Just kind of on the back burner at the moment. Got the character painted, got him. I got all the car put together other than wheels, and attach it to the frame. But it's coming. I've been working on other stuff here recently. Magnetic Racing's got that bridge set out. I ordered 3 of those. I was going to show you one tonight, but because I finished one, and then I started gluing the other 2 last night. And then this morning I got up before I went to work and glued it to the 3rd one. So I'm not carrying that whole thing in here because the rest of it's not complete. So you'll have to wait till later on this weekend or something. But that's the plan. It's a nice kit. You'd love it. I swear it's simple, but it is time consuming. There's a lot of intricate parts. Kind of see out of this. There's a lot of little parts on it. I still got some in here to finish up, and there's 3 sets of these. So this is one set for one bridge. See all that? All the holes in it that are missing. But then you got your side step area. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do, Tad. I saw somewhere where you can get a. I don't know if it was from my printer or not. It would get a tire measurement, so you could always get the proper tire for your car. All right, this music's annoying me, so I'm going to turn it off. Just get off of there. Nope, that's not the one I want to go to. Loving my music, right? Yeah, I need to look at the wheel sizes. I mean, I still need them to be to fit the inserts for the 125 scale, but which luckily I haven't glued those in yet. So I'm excited to get it done, but I got so much going on. Trying to get I got, like you guys seen last week with the video I put out with the 3 cars I got the inlay started. I'm trying to finish that up. The bridge would probably be done had I not ran out of the green paint and then bought the wrong stuff when I came back. I painted it was a lot darker than the other, so I just picked it up today, and I think I got the right one this time. But anyway, so we got that going. I was going to talk about that a little bit tonight because I've seen scenery. DG had some static grass put on his layout here just a little while ago. He was showing a video on it, and I was like, man, I'd love to do something like that. But when you're doing a Christmas layout, everything is a little more difficult in that area because you can't cover it with grass. You could, but you're going to have to cover it with white so it looks like snow on it. So I have that option on a few things, but do you want to do your whole layout that way? And then it wouldn't be green grass. It'd be like a fall grass or something like that, or fall leaves and stuff that are laying in it. So I'm working with that idea. Yeah, because it'll be all snow. So, but the thing is, it's going to be white. So I plan to add a little color by having some stones showing and maybe a little bit of plant life here and there besides just pine trees and stuff. But hello, DNA. Dahi, how are you doing tonight? Just a quick pop in, huh? It's a quick pop in. We're going to try and drag you into here for the rest of the night. I've got foam board, and I do have the Woodland Scenics snow effects. I got I think it's either the course or I don't know. I've used some of it before on a layout earlier in the year, and it works really well. So it does good cover, and then so yeah, I still got to get this all ready by Christmas time, which is what I'm trying to work towards. And I realized the other day that I've only got if I show it around December, or if I just wait till Christmas or Christmas Eve to release the whole video, I got to film it all. I got to finish the build. And will it be complete? No. This will just be this year's, and then starting January, I'll start working on next year's program, and that way I can finish it. Get it. You'll see a little more every year when I get to that point. But so I was trying to be a big surprise, but it's just way too much. Use the white foam balls from Frosty. However, no, I don't have to do that. I haul plastic for Berry Plastic. Tad, you know that place because it's around here, but anybody else might know it too. Berry Global. And I get samples all the time, and the pellets always come in a white or a clear. So anytime I open up a rail car, I usually have a bucket right there. So it dumps in there, and that way I don't get it on the ground because I don't want it all trashed around the rail site. But I've got a few bags of it over there that I can put in. It's pretty small, so you could actually use it for a good ground cover, and you can make some things look like a snowball, a snowball pile or something like that. Yeah, I've got a lot of that, so it's free. So yeah, I got the concepts down. It's just trying to get I got the inlay, but I got to get the inlay all the way across the bottom before I can start the second level areas and mount them down, because I plan to cut the inlay out where my wooden posts will go through to support the upper level, and drill it into the main table. So yes, Tad. We're on this subject again already. It's been 2 weeks, man. We'll see what I come up with. I've got a few things going on right now in the works. They're just not here yet. So, yeah, that would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? So, that's not very Christmassy on Christmas. If I show it on Christmas Eve or something, I'd have to export that out until after the new year or something, and I'd have to have a curtain on it so I could close it whenever I'm doing my normal videos, right? That way I don't offend any kids out there. We're trying to get kids into the hobby, not have their parents come in knocking on my door. But I don't know if y'all saw that video. Yeah, DNA. Oh, you got to run already? Well, hi, Sasha. How you doing? Thanks again. I'm loving the cars. I've been running them every chance I get this since I got them. So I've been having a lot of fun with them. But I'll go enjoy the movie time with them. Is it a Christmas movie? See, now we're gonna start talking about Christmas movies. Shane, how you doing? Yeah, you are late as usual. You just don't like to get out of bed, do you? BMW. What's that? GTSY on tonight. What? I can't read that. Something's on tonight. Is it Grand Theft Auto 6? Yeah, I get you, Shane. I get you on that one. Yeah, I missed the last 2 weeks, and I'm sorry, guys. I'm not sorry. I have to make money. You know how this hobby goes. I don't have enough money to buy all the cars I want, so I got to keep going. There's quite a few out there. It's since I got this hobby, it's crazy how many cars have come out. This year alone's been like crazy. Man can spend his whole life this whole year trying to buy cars up because there's so many models out there. They're not for everybody, but they fit everybody. So, you see certain cars out there, I don't particularly like the liveries on them, so I usually just sway away from them. But like those Mirages, I have a Mirage. I have the Gulf livery of it. If I can see in the dark. I got the Gulf livery. It's right next to my Lotus. So I've got that. Let me let me work with the camera here. And I like the car. I specifically like this livery. I don't care for all that yellow in the other one because it's kind of a dull yellow. Well, the second one, the one without the blower on it, looks pretty good. I wouldn't mind having that one because this needs a race companion. But I like the blower car. I just don't like the livery on it. But and I seen this car runs great on my track. It's not really that bad. Is that what it is? 860 cars were released this year. It feels like it. See, last year I bought 60 cars, and see, I'm behind the numbers this year because I'm not even at 100 yet. So I'm close. I'm real close. Let's say I still got like about 15 cars still to buy for the year. Never buy enough cars, man. Too many. What's too many cars? Ask me. Ask. You know what? I'm going to ask that to the group. Hey guys, when's too many cars? I'm a big NSR fan. I am not. I really don't care for the Revo slots that much. I know that hurts you guys' feelings, but I'm still not a fan. Even with the magnet put in it, I just still don't. I think they're beautiful cars. I think they're well built. What's that? Yeah. 1 million? Was that? Am I reading that right? See, Tad, yeah, I know you build all yours. You got some nice looking cars. You and Shotgun Dave, man. I love your gut. Well, and George has some good looking cars too. I haven't watched too much of Harry. I think he had a video out last night. Maybe I didn't see it. Who wasn't doing the white kits today? I like that. GT40 coming in 2 weeks. Yeah. I'm a lightweight when it comes to buying cars. No, you're actually probably doing it the right way. Uh, yeah. I'm spending money I probably shouldn't spend. You got up to 70 in 1 year, Timothy. Welcome, by the way. I didn't see you come in. Yeah, I bought 60 in the first year. That's not including Carrera Go cars. I had 5 of those on top of that, so 65. Now I've got 7 of the Go cars, and then I've got one. I think I'm at 85 cars right now. And as you can see behind me, I don't even have all the lights lit up on all the layers. I rearranged them the other day, and I realized I'm going to run out of room soon because I want to be able to see them. I don't want them to go behind my monitor back here. That shelf over there don't even have lights on it, so you can hardly see anything on there. I was hoping the reflection would get them. They're all angled in there. And then at one time, I bought a bunch of Carrera empty cases from Lakota Collectibles, and I put my Revo slots actually in those so I can put them on display without getting all the dust on them. So the boxes are all empty, but the cars are up there. I still got to get some more for the Revos. I'm sorry, the BRMs are the ones I put in the case. Believe it or not, a 124 will fit in those. It's easier being choosy. Yeah, you're right, Tad. Dave, George, and Harry. Yeah. Yeah, Michael Squire. Yeah. I think you're pretty damn good at it, honestly. I've seen the magic of that bug and what was that car you had today? Was that the Porsche? Yeah. And you said you took the numbers off the side. It wasn't going for you. Welcome, Digger. There he is. Been a while. No, it's been a couple weeks at least, right? There's a lot going on. You're just working. Yeah. So anyway, where was I at? I got lost. Building cars. I won't lie. Because I'm struggling with the car so much because I got to change a couple things on it. It originally was turning me on to build the cars, and now make a model car into a slot car, which I've built model cars for a long time with my dad, and I said to Dave next week, it was smooth. You only had the one problem, and I already told you what that was at the beginning. I wanted to say it so bad on your chat. I see that video. Look, I know what the problem is. You ain't got no magnets in it. What's up, Gary? Welcome. We already went through that subject, though. But there's a few new people in here, so I thought I'd bring it up again. Maybe I'll get some defense on the magnet thing. But NSR's got some cars coming out I'd like to get a hold of. They got some cars now that I would like to get a hold of. Those 917s. They got I want to get a hold of is it the Gulf livery, the green with the green bumper and the orange bumper? I'm thinking about ordering those almost immediately. I do have a couple of Porsches already. You can never have too many, right? But I was looking at them. Where did I see them at? The headlights on one of them are green with the green bumper, and the other ones are orange to go with the orange bumper. I thought that was kind of nice because it's something different, You guys said a big horseshoe. Yeah, I wonder what Dave's response will be to that. That'd be funny. Like, what's this magnet for? Or better yet, you put a horseshoe, he gets it out, and he gets it near his table, or some metal around his table or something. All of a sudden, everything starts sieging in on it. I don't have a problem with all the cars either. Yeah, the problem is the wallet goes empty pretty quick. Well, like the Scale Electric cars, I like those Cadillacs are coming out with, because I kind of like those hyper looking cars. I like the F1s. Those are really nice looking cars. I like those classics. Yeah, Gary, I don't know if they're still here, but Dahi stopped in. I've always told him not to bring Sasha in here, but she did say hi. Well, there you are, Shane. How you doing? That layout you showed today I loved it. I mean, the guy had a lot of cars. I was going to comment, but it looked like everybody already commented on cars. But I like this detail. It looked like something going on there. Matter of fact, it gave me a couple ideas, but yeah, it was fun. Yeah, scenery's been my biggest issue. I'm a scenery builder. I like that part of it. That's why I like, I got to do the trains, and the slot cars got pushed to the side. Now I'm trying to do them all together, and I really want to get to the scenery. But you know how it is. You got to get that track right, or it ain't going to work. So I've seen it too many times on my own self, putting it together, and you go, oh, yeah, I can skip past that. No, you can't. I still got to run jumpers for my track. I'm not showing any weaknesses, but with one car, but that's all I'm ever running at one time. So I need to go ahead and put some ghost cars on and run those and make sure I still got strength going around the track. It's pretty big. I couldn't tell you how big it is. It's on a 20-foot by 8-foot table. I've never put it on a track planner, so I don't know the actual length of it. I could measure it with a wheel, I guess, but I'm not going to do that. I'll put it on a track planner eventually, and then I'll get an idea of what the actual size of it is. Just never been that important to me. I also want to get to the point where I start using my apps for times on the cars when I get there. But right now I'm just trying to have fun building the scenery, getting my car collection up. See, then I can go back and show all the cars from the get-go, and then I'll just have one after another. I'll be like, oh, I've seen that car. It was like 3 years ago, man. Why are you showing this car now? Because I've got it and I want to run it. No drama. How we doing? So, yeah, those bridges, like I said, I highly suggest them. I think they're great. You do get into them and you go, whew, you got one done. You start working on the second one, which I'm not done, but I'm working on it. And then you start looking at the idea of the third one, which I'm working on the bottom of the third one too. So you're going, man, this is a lot of bridge, but it's going to look awesome when it goes on the layout. I originally bought 3 because I was going to put one on one side or one straight or 1.5 straights. That's about what it takes up. But the angle ramp going across, it'll be perfect for all 3. And I changed, I don't think I had it in the video then, did I? I did change I put the 330 bank curve back in, and I've got supports behind it, and I'm working on that. And then I need to close it in as a mountaintop. But Dojo, welcome. Mike G. I'm trying to make sure did I miss anybody? If I missed you, I'm sorry. I get talking sometimes and I look away. I got to back up and take a look. If I haven't said your name, introduce yourself. Let's see here. So is anybody else into? I mean, I know Tad's into scenery because I've seen his track, not in person, but I know Shane is. Slot Car Hub is. Most of us, I think, are. Am I wrong? We're still doing introductions. Yeah, I think we're doing introductions. I think that newest car was that Sideways Ford Escort I bought. I think it's actually fairly new, and I'm impressed with it. I won't lie. And I never did put the wing on the back of it. I don't think it needs it. It looks great the way it is because it's got that little half wing underneath it anyway. So see, I don't have to ask who's not been said because they'll put all the names up and I'll just notice one. Now there's an idea. Yeah, there's an idea. Yeah, I need to put that up there. That's a great idea. Yeah, see, that was the wrong one. That's not where I was going. Sorry, Rich. Not, not to disgrace you on that one. See, this is what I like. Um, and originally, that's what I liked about Shane's channel when it first came out was he was building those Marshall stands, and I like that stuff where you build things that are. I can't seem to build a car, but I love building little things that have that are my own touch, I guess. So little buildings and stuff like that. I go to Magnetic Racing for a lot of stuff, but there's things I'd like to build that they don't make. So not that I haven't throw some ideas up their way, but yeah. There's DG. Welcome, DG. I was just talking about your static grass. I was talking about you having some grass, man. Who was that? Dave's old videos of his old. No, I've never seen any of Dave's old stuff. He told me he took a 6-year break, and because I was talking to him about some frustrations I had, because I was. Sometimes you just, every one of us goes through it. You have those days where you're just like, man, I'm just tired of it all. Especially when things start getting negative in the chats and stuff. I'm, it seems to happen quite a bit. That last episode was pretty bad, but yes, I did. You know what the problem with static grass is? I'm glad I'm doing a winter scene because I don't have to shock myself if I don't ground that thing. Have you been bit yet? That's what I want to know. I heard it gives a hell of a wallop. See, I'm trying to keep up with everybody. Just hi DG. Hi DG. Everybody's now DG's in here. See, I should just bring you on the live. Having an early lunch. You got shit to do. Yeah, come on my live, man. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, Shady. He's got that new static grass up there. It looked really good. Yeah, I was watching that. I think I was technically watching it on my way home. I didn't say that out loud, did I? Well, when I do it on my way home, I'm just listening to it. I don't really get to look at it much, but every once in a while, when we stop at a light or something, I was checking out what he was doing, and I really liked it. It's always intrigued me, the static grass thing. I just don't, and I guess you guys don't have a lot down there for like the 4mm you were talking about. So I need to get a 240 adapter. Oh, it's not cutting it. Is that a Woodland Scenics static grass applicator? We're all looking forward to Shane's show on Sunday. Well, it's Saturday for us, really, or Sunday. Yeah, his it's Sunday for him and Saturday for us. Yeah, Woodland Scenics. I like the products. They are a little pricey anymore. I was in at my hobby store here in Evansville not too long ago, and I was looking at some stuff there, and I was like, damn, like gravel itself. I may have said this before. I bought a bag of kitty litter, just plain, no scent, no nothing, kitty litter, and I can use that for my gravel. And if it's not small enough, you can crunch it up a little bit. The 240. I don't know about the adapter though. I know he's got those for sale in there. I've never bought one. I've looked at it. He's the one that always told me it packs a wallop, and he goes, "It'll knock you on your ass." I would like to do some, but it's because it's a winter effect. I just don't know how much of it I'm going to actually use to make me want to buy a static applicator. I do have a place I could put it though that I could use a lot of it at, but I can't give you guys the privileged information on that yet. What's static grass? It basically comes in little links. You should need to watch DG's videos, what you need to do, but you can get them in different links, and you're basically charging up your thing, but you got to ground it to your ground, and you tap it, and it brings your grass so it actually stands on end instead of just laying flat. Quicker to do. Yeah, but I mean, you can watch DGs and see a little bit. I mean, actually, there's quite a few of it I've seen do it. I haven't even painted my scenery boards yet because when I do it, I'm going to be painting my track too. I'm going to go ahead and use white latex paint. Well, actually, it won't necessarily be white. When I did my train video, well, I didn't do a video. I did my train layout a few years ago. I actually got what was called ice white, and it has a slight tint of blue to it. And then, if you guys have seen my blue wall in there, that was actually Christmas night paint color, which I need to redo because I've scratched that wall a few times since then. It's all about the snow, man. What are you using now, Timothy? My plywood with rubber base. Paint one. Shane can answer that one for you because he uses a rubber base underneath his. Yeah. What did I see? I didn't see what Shane said. Now I gotta go back up. Shane's absolutely right. That's how you have to start. I use foam board. I think it's R5 rating. So you got your plywood down, then I've got a half-inch foam board over that, and then I'm using that quarter-inch, plywood to level it up with the track. And if you need to question what that looks like, definitely you need to watch Shane's video on that. I know a lot of people use different things for sound deadening. Originally Shane didn't even have a sound deadening on his first track out in the garage, so he put that down, trying it out. I was skeptical. It did really well. I have rubber mats, but they're only like maybe a quarter-inch thick or eighth inch thick. I think I have to use 2 of them to level up to my track, and I used to get those from carrying stuff around. But yeah, Timothy, you got the right people here to talk to about that, and we'll help you with anything. Because what did you buy? Carrera track, or you got Scale Electric, or? And the crowd goes quiet. DG, that's shocking advice. I need to go back now because this is getting to be a story now. So we need to go here. Let's see here. Then we come over here to DG. Yeah, here we go. I use green spray paint, but I don't use it for grass. But all the green in mine is actually all blended by that Krylon. Most of it you can buy at Walmart, Lowe's, or Menards here in the States. So I thought it was a Hunter green that I was using, but it was a gloss, and I can't find it. But the other day, upon looking at, I bought a Hunter green in satin, and it's not even close. So I don't think that was the right one. So I ended up going back to what I'm using for my Christmas green is the Satin Springs grass. That's the 5 times. Man, I wish I'd learned how to use cameras. So it's the 5 times. because it's got the that's it primer and everything in it. So I've been using that for almost everything I build, and I found out there's a lot more colors out there than what you can find at Walmart. So yeah, I like the sound on that one, Shane, because of your rubber mats. It's a lot quieter than it was. But I kind of miss the old hollow sound it made, because kind of makes it sound like the car's roaring down the street. Everybody's trying to quiet things down. When we were kids, we all wanted our cars to be loud, didn't we? The louder, the better. Let's see here. What's this? Take a bath with the. That's a great idea, Ted. Yeah, teacher. Yeah, you're getting it. That's what this show is about, man. So you're just running plywood. Yeah, you can get. I forget what the price is on it at Lowe's. It gets a little expensive, but I think it's like $22 a sheet, something like that, or maybe it's just under that for ½ inch. Sound pipe saves lives. Okay, yeah, you got the Carrera track. Yeah. Carrera's great. I have never ran on a Scalextric track. Originally, when I was getting into this, I was going to buy a Scalextric track, but my hobby store said, you don't want that. I think he's suggesting it to all of us, Gary. But then if we do that, who are you going to show your cars off to, Tad? Yeah, I know a lot of people use that Homosoak because a lot of people use that for trains, so they use it same for slot cars. It's gotten expensive too, though. I never wanted to use it, but it's also depends on your framing underneath your table as well. If you got a lot of big open areas, it kind of it'll make a hollow sound under the table, and yeah, the foam board and all that will buffer it definitely, because that's what you're trying to get rid of. But just painting mine dark green. I have not painted mine. Right, mine looks like wood. Bryce, how you doing? I seen you in one of the chats today. Where was that at? I think me and you were the only ones to comment. DG, thanks for coming by, man. Because you got shit to do. What kind of shit are we talking about? I'll try and capture him, so keep him in here a little longer. Yeah, skirt. I don't have a skirt on mine yet. We got a new monitor. Yeah, cherry bombs and glass packs. I had the Corvette glass packs underneath my 68 Ford pickup truck. It was welded underneath it. Sounded good. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anybody come in. I can't have a play the daughter hijacked the sim. What? Right. You asking me, Rich? Yes. I actually have 2 of them already on. The third one will probably not be ready this year, which you've probably seen in my video going across the wall in my last video. I may get to it, but you're looking at $300 for 2 parts I need for it. And it's getting closer to Christmas, and I don't know. I don't know how much money I'm going to be spending before the end of the year. Oh, birthday this Monday. packing the caravan, drinks into the four-wheel drive fridge. Should be home soon, then we're off. Well, man, have a good weekend. Sounds like fun. I think we're having our well, you guys are still in winter down there in Australia, but we're having our last pool party of the year, our end of summer party. We're gonna play some cornhole, and the pool's actually right now at like 89 degrees because we've kept the cover on it. Track's coming along great. I put the 330 bank curve back in. Since you guys saw that last video, I had it going straight across. I couldn't stand it. I could not stand those 160 curves. Cannot stand them at all. Get rid of them as quickly as you can. But that's all right, DJ. You'll just be the last one to ever see it if you don't. I don't need to build a family Griswold truckster. I have one. Yes, actually, I have the family trucks, which is funny because they always refer that to the Christmas vacation, and that's not the car they use there. But I have one. I think it's in 132 scale. I'm not positive. It could be a little smaller, but I have it for a house, and I don't. All I got to do is put a tree on top of it. The 160s drive me nuts. O scale is actually a little bit smaller than 132, so usually most people use the 143rd, the Carrera Go cars for, but because I'm doing force perception, my trains are up a little higher, so it looks like they're up in the air in the mountains. So the track will be low and it'll be up higher, so it kind of gives you that force perception that it's still the same size. Same with the people too, but I could actually go out and buy Christmas Village people, and they're going to be equivalent to the 124, which I'm sure you haven't heard this yet, Tim, but I use a 124 for regular people. I use the 132 as my elves, and then anything smaller I can use for kids, or I can just get 132 kids. So yeah, you want to get rid of the 160s. They're not fun. I mean, I was trying to keep one in only because I wanted to be able to race on all, because I've got all curves. I've got the 230s, the 330s, and the 415s. And then I had the one, I've got a shit ton of 160s, don't know what to do with. But I actually use them for testing things like paint and stuff. But or running lights into them and seeing how it would look on the track. But the 160s, yeah, it's just too sharp of a curve. And that's just what they give you with the starter set. So, yeah, you do need a larger table. The 415s, my mistake was I bought two of them. So I had to put them on both ends of the table. My table's 20 foot by 8. And the problem is I want to do a little more of the technical driving. But because I've got both of those, it's very hard to come up with a layout that will work that way unless I have them cross back over each other. Like take the 415 and put an elevation above the other 415. But I didn't like the idea because you still, by the time you come out, it takes almost a whole 4 foot by 8 foot section of table to make the turn. Now you can put stuff in the middle of it, but you're coming out. So most of us start with our pit lanes on the outside of the table, somewhere in the middle, somewhere around there. And by the time you make that turn there, which one I think there's like 2 straights after the pit lane comes back in, then it goes into a 415 around. Well, then, yeah, I'm all the way on the other side of the table, and then I have to cut back across just to make some different directions. Well, then I have the other 415. It's really big to put up in the air anywhere else other than on top of the other. So what happens is I end up putting it on the other end. Now I've got great flow on my track, but I don't have a lot of technical. The only real technical that really gets, I got the 330 curves on 2 ends. One's banked, one's not. And then I've got the 230s, the ones that corner to angle it across the track. So I've got 4 of those in place. 2 on the lower and 2 on the or actually it'd be Yeah, 2 on the upper. So, and it's a 6-piece setup. So I've got 2 other pieces out there. But it's nice. I like it. And honestly, with my kids, if I ever get them into the hobby, that's where they'd probably want to start anyway, because they just want to gun it and go. I know I'm subscribed to you, Bryce. I just don't. I haven't seen anything from you. Am I missing something? Because Shane's saying, "Look what you're doing on the channel." Yeah, what is the opinion on everybody's? I mean, Massimo. I remember when he painted his track, he used spray paint, but it does give it a little more grip. What's everybody's opinion on that going forward? Have all of you thought about painting your track, or give me some reasons why you wouldn't want to paint your track, other than the fact that you got to tape off the freaking rails, or use a really good solvent to clean it off. But then if you get paint down in that slot, you're asking for all kinds of trouble. Yeah, I watch those weathering videos all the time, because Massimo did that where it looks like the car's been around the track a few times. What's that? I dropped the keep it slotted when, went back to just, okay. All right, I'll have to look at it. And then watch, I'll find out I somehow am so unsubscribed from you. I'm not going to get into it. I've only ever unsubscribed from one person, so. But I'm not going into that. I don't want to talk about it. So anyway, that might be the confusion. That might be what it is. Maybe I'm seeing something else, because I don't have time to watch everybody's. So last couple of days I have. So I've been trying to keep up with everybody's channels. But there's so many of us now, and I think it's great. It's free. I brought this up before. This is great because you got more people out there giving you their ideas, and that's what this is all about, guys. It's do it your way, and let us learn from you, and vice versa. Because there's no right or wrong way to do anything. What's that? Who's laughing? Why are you laughing at me? No drama. Oh, wait a minute. Now I know who you are, Rich. Yeah, I think it's great. Yeah, we all get mad at each other from time to time. It's going to happen. I don't know why, but it does. This is supposed to be fun. But somebody had mentioned to me about, well, just unsubscribe from them. I was like, why would I do that? I'm still going to learn from them. I just, may not always chat with them. Does that make sense? So, I mean, just go on. But yeah, that's what this is all about. That's the only reason I came on here. I was a single driver, like most of us. Just want to share information and have some fun with it. I still want to do I think it was my first live. I talked about that. Now Shane's actually pulled it off. He did a car collision in his, but I'd love to try one. Straight away, both cars coming at each other and just see what happens. I live in an apartment. I need a house with a large basement. I'm going to set my track on the bedroom. I need 6 numbers for the lottery. Oh, I look at those lotteries and maybe we've all said it. I don't need all that money. Would it be nice? Yeah, but I would rather share that with everybody else and just pay off everything. Let me be debt free, which I'm close. I do work hard to pay off my stuff. I'm not rich by any means. It may appear that I am, but no, I'd love to just share the money with her. You know, you think about the lottery all the time. You're like, yeah, $365 million. Well, that's 365 people that could have $1 million. And then if those 365 keep playing, or somebody wins again, then you got another whatever, and so forth and so forth. But you know, humanity sucks. We don't think that way. What would Rich say? I'm trying to read as I go. Paint bricks at your starting line. Painting bricks. They actually have a spray paint for the brick color. Wouldn't it though? I mean, most of the time I'm an asshole, and most of the people around me will tell you that, but I do have some good thoughts out there. I actually had a guy stop me, believe it or not, followed me home. It kind of freaked me out a little bit, but I was like, why is this guy following me? Pulls up because he seen my license plate saying Santa, and he wanted to know if I did any Santa work, you know, this, that, and the other. I said, no, I want to, just haven't gotten there yet. So yeah, he's like, I'm so sorry. He goes, I just seen the plates on your truck and blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah. I said, no, but if you can't find somebody, let me know. Maybe I can come up with something. I've always wanted to do that. Just be the Santa Claus that everybody needs to have. So I have a soft side, but I have an asshole side. Boone's got a lot of great tutorials on a lot of things. Haven't seen too much of. Yeah, I'm the Santa stalker. Or people at work call me Santa. It's not. They don't use my name anymore. Yeah, there we go. Paint your track week. And we all do a live, so we can give each version out there. Or if I could figure out this damn thing, I could set it up so we all do it right here. No, the dude that followed you, the Santa stalker. Yeah, I was like, because he followed me from Evansville, and I guess he lives right around the corner from me, but he followed me all. I was like, why the hell is this guy following me? And I was like, did I piss him off somewhere? I don't know. I don't drive over the speed limit because that's my job if I get a ticket. So I'd have to lose the shades. You know why I don't lose the shades? I'd have to keep them on because my eyes ain't blue. It's funny because my whole family on my dad's side, everybody had blue eyes except my dad. And me and my brother both have brown eyes just like he does. So it makes no sense why everybody else had blue eyes. Maybe a different dad. Maybe a different grandpa. I won't say that. I love my grandma. Anyway. I just don't like the way my eyes look. That's why I keep the shades on. It's not so much of a stage fright thing. It's just I don't like the way my eyes look. And then what would Shane say there? And then following week, we could buy a new track to replace the one we just fucked up. I have looked at that, Tad. I actually have. My wife won't let me grow my hair out because otherwise I'd let it grow out. I like my beard. Last year I had my beard pretty long. Then I trimmed it because I've had it for 2 years now. I only trim it once a year where I really trim off the length. But that's right. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate that. Yeah, see? Believe me, it's not bad in here. I can still see. It's all the brightness from the computer monitor and the lights, man. I gotta have shades. Gotta have shades. No, I'm not a singer. That's what it's all about, Tim. That's what it's all about. That's what it should always be about. Nothing else. Just having fun, sharing things with each other. I mean, I have just as much fun watching somebody else race their cars as I do if I race my own. Just get out of your old truck. Get your old track out. Yeah. Well, I got a Carrera Go track. I got a Polycar track. I still have Evolution. Well, with all the track I still have left over, I have enough for a whole Evolution track. And then I've got my digital track with the axle box on it. So I'm set for just about anything. I need to get a. I guess I need to get a Scalextric track, right? So that way I have one of the others. But have you guys seen what BS Slot Cars has done with that? He moved it to his Polycar track. He took the Scalextric. What the hell's that called? Arc, and he moved it over to his yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought that was great, and he can still, and he'll show you how to run regular HO slot cars on there too. So I think it's great. I originally was going to have him do it with that Porsche I bought from Travis, and then I decided not to, and I was going to buy another one and do it. I'm not ready to go that direction yet. I would like to get some HO cars because I still like them. That's what I grew up on. Yeah. The Arc. That's what it was. What did I say? Arch. Yeah, a lot of friends here. A lot of friends. And we don't always have to agree. That's the fun of it. Just as long as we don't attack each other, everything's great. That's my stand on it. But nope, not going to go into this, right? It got old. And hopefully lessons were learned this last time. I'll just put it that way. How's that? Agree to disagree? Yeah. I know, I've said things on it before, and it works for a little while, and then all of a sudden somebody else is doing it somewhere. And I really don't. I don't tolerate it. I really don't. Yeah, I'm still not into. You're already ahead of me, Tim. I know how to do basic tuning. I don't get into the heavy part of it yet. An Eldon and a couple of AFX. Man, Chris, you got enough room for all those? And Tim, that's what you do. You just learn as you go. I mean, it's the best you can do, right? And then you just, yeah. The hobby's so big. There's so many different things to do. Sometimes it gets confusing on where you want to go with it. The biggest mistake you make usually, it's not really a mistake. You get a track and you start buying cars. I start off with Evolution. I ended up buying off of eBay the digital part of it. Then I got a bunch of used track on eBay for the lane changes and stuff. A couple of them don't work anymore, but one of my double crossovers still works, and I bought 2 more since then. I never wanted any of the corner crossovers, only because they're 160 curves. No matter what you do, they're 160 curves. I wish they'd come up with the bigger size ones, for 415, 330, have some turns in those. That would be great. That was why I didn't get HO when I came back into the hobby, because they're so fast, and my vision is not what it used to be. I watched a bunch of videos on it, and I was like, yeah, that's what I grew up on. I'd like to get back into HO, buy some of those old cars I used to have. And then you go, damn, I didn't even see that car go around the track. I'm struggling here. I'm struggling. Now, Rich, what all do you have? I know you have HO. Yes, yeah. I know I did. I'm glad you enjoyed it. See, you're still in the hobby. Perfect gift. Just Tyco mostly, yeah. No, that's what I grew up on, was the Tyco. And for our birthdays, my dad used to take me in. Back then, we could go into Kmart, and they used to sell them, and they were in a glass case. You had to get them unlocked to get one. We used to get pick one out for our birthdays every year. So it was great. I wish I had some of those right now. And some of them I thought were the cars. I looked them up and I found out they weren't the maker I thought they were. One of them was actually a Porsche, and I thought it was a GT40 at the time. Magna Traction, glow in the dark. Well, if you're going past Carrera, Chris, yeah, they are. They are expensive. Well, because you figure, like, if you go to the Carrera site here in the United States, it's what, $49.99 for a car plus $8 shipping and handling. Then if you buy the 124, it's what, 63, I think, or something like that. It comes like, then you add your 8 onto that, so you're at 72. But if you buy your upper end cars, if you buy any of those, you're going to pay the same price. But like, yeah, my BRMs, yeah, they're up to $150 to $160, and I think one of them is actually more than that. Yeah, they're expensive. And I have DNA to thank for that. But I actually like those cars. I actually like the BRMs over the see, I don't even talk about them that much. Yeah, what is it? Anyway. Yeah, exactly. I don't have any really old cars. My first car was that the SunSense Mercedes by Scale Electric. I still love that car. It's fast. I thought it was faster. Well, it's definitely faster than Carrera. Yeah, I like 124. Now, if you got a smaller track system, I don't know about the Polycar track, but I do know if you got the Scale Electric, you're going to rub. And rubbing is racing. I mean, it makes it more realistic, right? Yeah. They're nice and they're very detailed and no AFX glow cars. See, when I was going to get some HO, I was going to go back into the AFX because I had some of those too. I think they were like the Baja Jeeps and stuff like that back in the day. Now my dad had this 57 Chevy he made out of a, what is it called now? I don't even know. It basically plastic, and he painted it on the inside, and he actually ended up. The track was in his garage when he was married to his second wife. I'm going to tell you a little history, and it just folded down off the garage, and when we came over, we'd play all the time. But then, because he was in the Navy, so when I guess they got a divorce from being separated. I don't really know the reason. Doesn't matter. He gave the track over to me and my brother, and we had it over at my mom's house, and we lived on a farm, and we had it on the front porch. And we played it forever and ever, but then I don't ever know what happened to it. I really can't remember it. So the A-Team set. Yeah, there we go. Well, most of us in America, we start off on the HO. I know a lot of people overseas, they start off on Scale Electric, which my son sent me something on that. The Scale Electric's original cars were diesel. I thought that was kind of, I don't know if it's true or not, but that's a video that he showed me, and I've seen it somewhere else too. So, Stompers. Loved Stompers. Couldn't get enough of those damn things. Let's see, Ted, I have 2 cars from that U-turn set. Oh, really? Stompers. I think everybody had Stompers, didn't they? I made some bad deals with Stompers. I ended up losing my best ones. Let's see. Just scored 25 straight sections. What do you got here? Oh, career 132 for $150, $6 each. About half the price and new, and it's in great shape, collecting to build that bigger track. There you go. No idea what Shane has no idea what stompers are. They're these little. You put a triple or double A battery in the bottom of them. And I just had a switch, but they had mud tires on them. Usually they were foam or they were rubber, one of the two. And they were just designs of different trucks and monster truck like things. They even had a sled so you could pull them, and you put weight in the sled, and that's what your competition was really about. But they drove over pencils and stuff like that. They were really cool today. I don't know how many. I was in the teens on them anyway. See, I when I looked at, I was looking at the AFX 4-lane when I was going to get into it, but then I also looked at that. What's the 2-lane? It's the bigger layout. It wasn't the International. It was the Mega Speedway. Maybe that's what it was. Well, hello, Easy. Welcome. In Motion Racing Slot Cars. Yeah, I subbed to you not too long ago. Where was that from? Somebody told me. I think it was Pat. I haven't heard from Pat in a while. He's not talking to me. He's probably driving a truck listening to us right now. But yeah, we haven't really got into movies today, have we? This is kind of nice. We're actually talking about slot car related material. How dare we do that on my show? They got extension cords for stoppers. Yeah. I threw everything in there. The SSP races. Big block battler sets. Is that 4 or 2-lane? I don't know. I think the only ones I've seen, well, I was only looking at AFX. I wasn't trying to look at the other brand. I had it written down at one time. And I was actually looking at a few of them over there at TinkerToys.com. Because every once in a while, he's got some good stuff over there. See, I was more of an 80s kid, but I did play with a lot of that stuff in the 70s and early 80s. I was born in 72, so. Like I said, I think all of us were on HO at one time, at least here in the States. I thought it was great. I also had a train. I had the HO train sets, which I didn't know until recently that they're on the same turn radiuses. They just take up less space width-wise, really. I had a lot in HO. We had it set up in this room. It was on the floor. We didn't have it on a table, but we had the logging areas, and I mean, there was all kinds of things you could do on there. It was fun. Don't know what happened to that either. We had this store in Champaign-Urbana, Illinois. They had a big room with nothing but trains. It was great. Oh, the Aurora track. I think. Yeah. Damn it. Give me a second. I'm trying to remember his name. The De Leon. He's got one of those. He's got well, it may be a newer version, but he's got the drag racing strip. He hasn't shown anything for a while. He's been kind of busy with family matters, but yeah, then Nintendo took over. Actually, because that's true. Because I started off on the Atari, but then after the Atari kind of fizzled out, I didn't play games again until Nintendo, and then went to Sega, and then I didn't play again until PlayStation 1 when my first wife bought me one. And then I got hooked up with it with my kids on the Xbox. And yeah, That used to be all I did was play Xbox with my boys. Oh, you talk about the Crash Up Derby set, Rich? Yes, loved it. You can still find those on eBay. They want a fortune for them, but and then some of them are busted, so you're like, it doesn't have all the parts or something like that. But yeah, I used to love that. Those were so much fun. They had the little ripcord. They actually had the metal gearing in them. They'd smash into each other, and fenders and everything would fly off. Then you just put them back on. I'm surprised they haven't remade that toy. Probably because of the small parts for kids. We're all about so much damn safety about our kids now. Nobody cared when I was young. Anybody remember those wind-up wristwatch cars? What were they called? I had the Dukes of Hazzard. I had like several of every model. I never got into model rockets. Yeah, and look at racetracks now, Gary. So, yeah, everything's high price on eBay. Evil Bay, you're right. That's the word for it. You got to know what you're looking for to get a good deal there. Otherwise, most people well, it's just like what car was it this recently came out? I've only heard of it. I didn't even know it was out yet, and people are selling them already, and they got them up to like $250 a piece. I forget what brand it was. Because I was on eBay the other day looking for something, and I ran across it. And I'm like, "Are you serious? Really?" Yeah, they're charging $250 a car already, and it's a brand new release. I'm like, that could bite them in the ass if you can get it cheaper somewhere else. But those who have to have it will pay that price. You a heavy metal listener? I listen to everything. I like just about. As long as it's got a good sound, I'm good. I have a lot of Hot Wheels that my youngest son, was really into Hot Wheels. And I've got a gigantic tote full of them. I've always wanted to take them out and put them on a display or something, but I don't know where I'd put it. But yeah, everything's crazy prices anymore. Everything. Yeah, you're right, Gary. Because that was kind of why I was originally going to get an HO track right off the bat. Now I looked at the price. I went, "We're spending the money right now." I mean, I just spent all this money on this track. Yeah. Well, okay, I agree with you, Tad. Okay, I did do some rockets around 4th of July every year. They go just about anywhere. Went out and did one of somebody else's family for them. They bought the fireworks, and I was supposed to fire them off. And I lit this rocket, and it just went right up and hit this girl right in the chest. And I was like, I know it had to hurt. And it just sat there because cleavage kind of caught it, so it was just burning the shit out of her. Really? Wow. Now that's a deal. 1,000 Hot Wheels picked up at a yard sale, $15. That's crazy. Hot Wheels, they have a lot of high resale value. Or been there, done that, Ted. Yeah, I've had my share. I mean, we originally, I grew up in Illinois, and they were illegal there, but we lived on a farm, so we usually had them, and you always had somebody with a pair of binoculars checking to make sure cars weren't anywhere near. But I was like, "You're still firing them up in the air; they're going to see it." Every time a set of headlights came down the country road, we just sat there in silence and wouldn't fire anything. But yeah, then some dumbass. Well, speaking of parties, I did one at somebody else's house. And they put a board down to fire off their stuff that they bought. And I said, "Don't fire that. It's at an angle. It's not sitting flat." And it shot. Okay, my daughter was scared of fireworks because they just scared her. And what's the rocket do? Yeah, lands in her chair with her. I mean, it burned her just a little bit, but I was like, it was the first time we got her to actually sit out and watch fireworks. And well, back to square one with that. She's okay with it now. Now I just don't fire them because my dogs don't like it. Yeah, the micro machines. I didn't really get into the micro machines so much. Are they legal in Ohio now? Okay. They're legal here, or they're legal here. I think Illinois is still illegal. But they're always worried about fires. You had your slot cars, didn't want anything else. There you go, Rich. That's the way to be. I've had too many hobbies. Gears of War. I got into guns for a while. What else have I done? I've done all kinds of things. Just waste money is what I've done. That's what it really comes down to. The penny racers. Jamal, how you doing? Welcome. It's not here. I never got into the drugs and alcohol thing. I just don't like. My wife will tell you it's because I don't like not being in control, but I don't. I don't like the way it makes me feel. But I have a drink once in a while. My son's always trying to talk me into smoking some weed with him, but I'm like, well, nope. And I condone it. I don't care one way or the other. I don't want it done in my house, but you can do it at my house, just not in my house. Yeah, a lot of people like their beer. My brother is just the opposite of me. He loves beer, but he just became a truck driver for Walmart not too long ago, so he's not drinking as much as he used to. I can't see that symbol very well. You guys are going to force me to take my glasses off. You was a goody till the Navy got a hold of you. I understand. I didn't let the military change me. I was in the Army. I don't think it changed me any. Just it showed me how far I could go. Well, I never reached the limit, so I guess that's a good thing. I didn't go ballistic on anybody. He was a burnout before camp. That's why I joined in the first place. Is I just looked around and said, my life's not really. I tried my way. I thought I needed the discipline, so I decided to enlist on my own, and that's what I did. I was in Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts. I didn't, or actually Cub Scouts. I never made it to Boy Scouts. So, in the Eagle Scouts right before that, or is that after? I think Eagle Scouts is after Boy Scouts. No, Cameron. I'm not going to try any of that. Yeah. No, that's not me. I don't even like peach. So he goes by, most of the time he goes by Cambone. So I didn't even know he was on here until just now. But welcome, son. Welcome. He's the one that raced with me a couple weeks ago. Then I let him practice a little bit on his own with some ghost cars. Yeah. There's a lot of veterans out there. Yeah, that's what he goes by. Oh, Seabees. My dad was stationed at the Reserve Center here. He was in the Navy. And yeah, Seabees is they're the engineers. Is that correct? Or the construction engineers? And that what Seabees is? Rich. How'd you get the purple glasses on him? Yeah. because my dad was, well, that's how I ended up living down here in the first place. I was in high school and up in St. Joe, Illinois. Came down here, lived with my dad because I was rebellious that way. uh, Came down here and he was stationed here. That's how I ended up living in Boonville the first time. Then he moved to Rhode Island. I decided to go to Virginia where my mom had moved to at that point. And then I moved up to Rhode Island, then I moved back this way, and then I ended up back down here. And then I had sons, and then I just didn't leave. Uh, it's a job, honestly. Sometimes I think people, and I'm not going to say because people have said this, already in the chat, but it is a job, and it's a choice. It's not for everybody. I mean, I wish everybody could go through it so we'd never have an issue in the United States ever again. But yeah, water well driller. Woo. I was a forward observer. I was just what they call it, the eyes of death. I was the one that targeted things. I was usually, I think I had a 2.7 second life expectancy right after the lieutenants that would be leading the pack. I stayed right next to him to call in for fire. So yeah, Gary, my brother actually had that problem. He wanted to be a Marine, and it wasn't seizures, but he got hit on an ATC when he was a kid, and the medicine they put him on made him have that what's that thing in the stomach where it eats the lining in your stomach and stuff. They wouldn't let him in. He tried and tried and tried and tried, and they just never let him in. Yeah, he was upset about it. And see, I wasn't planning to be military, and I ended up being military. So I did it for him. There we go. I just didn't join the Marines. Nothing against the Marines. They got the greatest looking uniforms out there. I scoop dog poop for a living. Isn't that the way it always turns out? I mean, honestly, I went to school for business law, and I'm not even an attorney. So yeah, you try to go somewhere and it just doesn't go where it needs to. Yeah, it's upsetting. I can imagine. Somebody telling you want to do. I mean, ultimately, you're signing up to sacrifice your life. In the chance that happens, and then you'd think they'd want everybody, and they because in the end you're expendable regardless, but they won't bring you in for the stupidest of things. Ulcers, that's the word I was looking for earlier. My brother had ulcers from the medicine he was taking, and they wouldn't let him in. Now me, I was 23 before I joined, and so I had a little bit of weight on me by then because I was out of high school, and I ended up going to MEPS like 4 times before I got it right. And the guy goes, well, actually, I didn't get it right. I was still just a hair off. And he goes, you really want to go, don't you? I was like, yeah, yep, I do. He goes, you're going. He signed off on the paperwork. He said, you're going this time. Because I've never seen somebody come back this many times trying to get in. Now, see, welding's a good profession. I wish I knew how to weld. I barely know how to solder. Don't be modest. AWS certified, so got AWS certified in the Navy. Yeah, I do shit. I do shit right now. I like the way you said that. Do. No, I was just not trying to be. Well, anyway. Now we're talking about military. Do we want to talk about presidents too? Now, I'm not going to say one way or the other, but have you heard the Republicans talking about President Trump not former President Trump. They're saying President Trump. And that's all I'm going to say about it. And then I saw Kamala Harris can't answer a simple question on some live show. So there's my political. Now we're going to get off the subject. Oh, United States needs some. We need to figure out something. Damn it! I think it affects everybody. Votech High School before the Navy. Yeah, I should have retired. I would have been retired by now from the military had I stayed in that. But I picked up a little bit of weight and wasn't passing. I couldn't get my sergeant stripes, and I just I kept training guys that were passing me up, and they were becoming my boss, and I just had enough. I got out, and I wished I hadn't. That's probably one of my big regrets in life. I thought they were always supposed to say former president. Just like if you talk to a Marine, or Marines are really bad about it, but it's former Marine. It's never X. Don't ever put X in front of Marine. Honestly, don't do it in front of any military. And if you look at the president, you can't put X in front of president because technically he's the leader of the military. So it would be former is the proper term. I'm not trying to argue. I'm just saying. I'm 52. 56. We're all getting old, man. But we like our toys. How long have I been on this thing? Hey, we're almost on an hour and a half. Not bad, huh? But I do want to do some things tonight, but I got to finish up on my bridge, so I don't want to stay on here all night. How old are you, Jamal? He's not going to. Maybe he'll answer. There's a hesitation in the question. 68. See, honestly, I think guys just try to stay young, man. And I think we do a pretty good job until our wives remind us we're not. Retired from Honda. Which part of Honda? 67. They were all around the same. Well, Chris is kind of old, but Then what we got? 67? Yeah, who was 67? Gary's kind of old too. Oh. I'm 52. I didn't do the best of taking care of myself, so yeah, I got my aches and pains just like anybody else, but I'll live with it. Yeah, the auto plant there in Ohio. That was probably a pretty good job. Did they shut down, or did you just flat out retired? Hi, Mike. I have not seen you in here until now. Medical retired at 46. 39. God. Oh, actually, I'd like to go back to. No. I don't really have a year I want to go back to. Mechanic for 22 years. I don't want to work till I die. One way or another, I'm going to get unless I die before I get there, but I do want to retire one way or the other. So I'm trying to get everything set up so when I'm ready to retire, I can just do it. Because I think it's wrong what's happening in this country, and they keep raising the retirement age, and people aren't making it. It's just so they don't have to pay out what you've been paying into all your life. Now we're getting into politics again. I don't want to do this. I'm sorry. No, I think we're entitled to have that time to sit back and have some fun. Well, yeah, I think that's how we'd all want to go, Jamal. I mean, with a big old smile on your face. Oh, really? Okay. USI. That's right. I used to live down here. That's right. The first year I was crazy. Now I'm just acting like a kid. Well, hello, Colt. Welcome. You're 10. All right. We'll be careful. So you're saying 10. How many slot cars you got? My first wife was 8 years older than me. My wife now is 2 years younger than me. And retirement's wild, huh, Mike? My dad retired from the Navy 23 years. He went to work for Dartmouth College up in New Hampshire. Retired from there. Then he picked up a part-time job at I think it was Home Depot, if I'm not mistaken. It could have been Lowe's. He did that just for some spending cash because he's got all his money in investments. So, around 900. That's how many cars you got, Rich? Holy cow. It is good to see. Yeah, I should have addressed that. Sorry, Toshi. Thank you. It's great to see younger people in. Yes. It's a great hobby. It's a lot of fun. I don't think did you ever answer me on how many cars he had? Where'd you go, Colt? Well, we have Sasha. She's 8 years old. Rich has obviously been playing slot cars his whole entire life. Yeah, I understand easy, but I try to keep the line there whenever I know there's a child in the room. That's just yeah, I'm sure. Family cusses like sailors. Yeah, I can be pretty bad at it. Biology teacher, 35 years. I don't know. My dad taught me what I do know about cars, how to work on cars, but um, helped me with model cars a lot. He still does that. So yes, hi Cole. um, I can't always say. Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. I can't always say that my parents were perfect, but I love them. I think they did a pretty good job. I'm not in a bad place in my life. I think I did all right. That's all anybody can hope for with your kids, anyway. Yeah, everybody say hi to Colt. 10 years old in the hobby with Easy E here. It's funny, Easy E. I have one person at work, the dispatcher calls me Easy E all the time. I don't know why he calls me that, because he likes the old rap groups and stuff, but he calls me that all the time. He writes it on my paperwork for dispatch and everything else. I'm like, just because my first name's Eric, but I'm not that easy to get along with. Trust me. I've been there longer than everybody at work, so I'm kind of a jerk. My son was here. He'll contest to it if he's still here. I'm an asshole. What's one of your favorite cars, Colt? Or do you have a favorite? Or do you just like them all? What do you gotta get up early for? You got more building to do there, Jamal? what What are you working on right now? Yep. See, my son will tell you, and that's just one. I have 5 kids, actually 6, 7. No, I'm not counting. Well, Jamal, have a good evening, man. We'll see you again soon. Thanks for stopping in. This is just, a fun place to go chat about things. And actually, I've actually done a good job of staying on slot cars for the most part tonight. Kind of in the military, which is always a good topic, right? You're welcome, Colt. You're welcome anytime. Just as long as Easy knows you're here. Or maybe lets me know you're here. Because I will try to keep the 69 Barracuda. That's a boy after my own heart right there. I tried to get this one when I was a teenager. Guy would not come off of it. I didn't have the money either, but I was trying. Yeah, mine are all my kids are grown now. The only one not grown now is me. I'm never going to grow up. I'll be responsible, but I'm not going to grow up. How's that? That's probably the topic for the night. Just like the rest of you out here. We'll take on the 68 Charger. Well, I owned a 68 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. Or 442. No, it was Supreme. Never mind. It was a Supreme. You're 13, Dad? You don't look very good for 13. I saw your video earlier. Your mama's not taking care of you, son. Do I need to call child welfare services? My wife takes care of me. That's why I'm as big as I am. She's a good cook. I'll never argue that. I made dinner tonight and I haven't even got to eat it yet. So having salad with chicken in it. I made it all up before I came down here, but I thought I wasn't going to have time to eat till after. Anything racing, huh? Gray-haired 13-year-old. My wife will tell you I'm a kid every day. But she'll tell me I got the most expensive hobbies in the world, but I told her, find me one that's cheap. She's never come back with an answer for that. And what do you classify as a hobby? There's the next question. Well, hello, Marty. Good evening. Welcome. I mean, what do people classify as a hobby? Oh, I gotta wait because I know everybody's gonna say hi to Marty. We got Marty in the house, guys. Oh, Tad's being all formal, Mr. Ford. Oh, I'm sorry, Tad. We didn't say it that way. Let's see. I think he probably already stepped out, didn't he? Nope, Drama stepping out. Oh, you're going out too. All right. Well, have a good night, Drama. Thanks for stopping in, man. I think we had some good conversations this evening. Trying to catch up here. Now everybody's saying bye to Drama. See how well that goes? I ain't gonna be on here much longer myself because I would like to eat a little dinner. A salad sounds good. But nobody's answering my question. What would you classify as a hobby? There's many of them out there. Okay, let me ask you this. So we are all in the slot car hobby, and some other hobbies along the way. Scenery, some of his trains and things like that. Do you think a YouTube channel is a hobby, or is it a way to open up about your hobby? Anything you like and keeps you interested. You're probably right there. You could be working on a car, and not necessarily your car, or it could be just your car. You're building your own car. But some of these people that you talk about hobbies with them, and they're like, "Been a pleasure to meet you too." I'm sorry. The last 2 weeks, yeah, I thought I was gonna get on last week, and then last minute they had something that I needed to do, and I was like, "Yep, I won't turn down work." No, you guys are welcome anytime. I'm glad Colt got on there. It's nice to see a young crowd in here. There you go. Yeah, you're right, Marty. You can't bill for it. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you got the best answer there. Uh, there is no. You're right. There's no cheap hobby out there. Like I said, I've tried a few. Uh, just the few I've tried. No matter what you do, you're going to spend the money anyway. You just got to lock down what the things you like to do, and budget for each hobby. Not anymore. I missed that. I missed something here. Yeah. I see what you said there, Rich, but I didn't catch what the answer came from. Oh, Colt's back. Colt, welcome back. I thought you were leaving. Glad you're here. I don't know. Has Marty met him yet? Marty, meet Colt. He's a 10-year-old in the hobby. Easy's son. Glad to have him in here. Right, Tad? Yeah. I wish we could. I can only say that because she can't hear me. I don't know where to go with that one. We all made that mistake. Oh, I mean, that truth, right? Oh. Be careful what you say, guys. They might come back and watch these. Tad's already targeted himself. So yeah, exactly, Ted. Dun, dun, dun. Play some horror music in the background. Those low tones. Like let me see here. I think they have one here. You could do that with was it this one? No, it wasn't that one. Maybe it was. It was. It's just not playing. Or I don't have the volume up on it or something. Anyway, go back to the chat. The Phantasm theme. Oh, there's an old movie. You think it's a cool channel? I try to have some fun, let people talk. No particular topics. We just bring up what's on our mind and go from there. And if you like this channel, you should check out Marty's channel. He is in the room. He's got a good one on Tuesday nights. Another place you can go to talk. It's great. The first Phantasm movie, The Tall Man, is my favorite horror icon. Did you guys ever see that one? Give me a second. Had Dee Snider from Twisted Sister in it. He did the one movie. It was back when internet just started becoming really popular. That was probably one of the scariest things out there at the time because it was something that could be real. You know, you didn't know who you're talking to on the other end. That was insane. And it kind of based it around the Captain Howdy and Street Justice songs from his first album. You didn't care for it? It was kind of sick. I liked him too. There's not. We had this talk. Now we're talking about movies again. Yeah. What's the last one that ever scared me? What's the last one I saw? Freddy, Doc, and Dream Warriors. That I actually like the Dream Warriors. I like the first one, and I like the Dream Warriors edition. Even though it didn't make any sense, they didn't believe in themselves enough for their powers to take out Freddy. The Saw movies were good. I even saw that last one. That's one I can remember last I seen. Scream. The first one was great. Who knew? Freddy always had the good one-liners, man. Even when he went and fought Jason later on in the other movie, he still had the one-liners the whole time. The only scene that I didn't understand in that one was when the girl was yelling at him and saying she's not afraid of him, this, that, and the other, and he just sits there like this, and he goes, and then Jason slices her head off right there or something like that. It's like, why was he going after him instead of Freddy? You did. You know what? I never did go watch that, Gary. You're right. You did mention that. I even wrote it down that night, and I never went and looked for it. Hannibal movies. See, movies kind of works with the kind of with slot cards. Kind of what I'm going for in my scenery effects. I want those little things that you just, you see out of the corner of your eye, and you go, oh. And it's maybe a movie scene or something like that to go with the track. Because mine's all about, I'm more into scenery than anything else. Don't get me racing cars. I like rolling the trains, but yeah, I usually watch horror Christmas movies, but it won't be till after the first of the year. Because they always seem to come out right there before Christmas or right around October. And to me, it's put in the wrong. It's not that I'm religious or anything. It's they're putting out the wrong theme at that time, so I'll watch it afterwards just to see what it was about. But yeah, I won't go and watch them beforehand because it ruins my mood. I love Christmas. It's just that feeling. Unless you go to the stores now, a resin printed tall man to put on my track. Yeah, I print with mine, but I got the filament printer, and everybody else is now on the resin printers. And now that I'm seeing more and more people using them, I thought about getting a small one. I don't want it for cars to build. I want it to build my characters, because that gets expensive when you start buying those. And all of them come from overseas, so you're talking $20 a figure if it's a decent one. And then, even Wasp, you're talking. They're a lot cheaper, don't get me wrong. By the time you pay for it and send it over, you're spending $50-$60 for a few characters. And that's originally why I bought the printer. I thought a resin would do it. And it actually does, but I have a hard time with the 132 scale. So it's not doing what I want it to do. Now it's built a bunch of other things that I like to use around here. Drill holders and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm looking to get one of those resin printers, but I just want a small one that I can print, my figures up for my layout, or creatures, whatever may be up, whatever comes to mind when I put it out there. So I need a resin printed tall man. Yep, okay. Pinhead. Oh, love those movies. Loved them all. When I was younger, when I first started watching them, I never understood it. But then as I got older, you kind of get the whole meaning behind it all, and you're like, oh, these crazy people. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I should see if I can get a printed pinhead. See, because I plan to, and with my scenery, I plan to change it up from time to time. It'll all be Christmas all the time, but I'll change up what you see just to make it fun. And I'm into the stories. Are you teasing us, Christy? Hey, if you mess with that box, you get what I guess you get what you deserve. If you don't know what it is, don't mess with it. That's something you military boys, they always said, wildlife in the wild, don't touch it. Don't mess with it. It always ends up bad for you. Except for the poison ivy you get while you're out there in the woods. No, yeah, like I said, I got my track. I'm gonna try and close this up here, but I got my track laid out. I was gonna, if I had more time this week, I was gonna move this in there and do the live from that room. I might try to do that next week, just to change the scenery, and I can run some cards or be doing something else. I was moving everything in this room to work on it, and it was becoming crowded, and I was making messes, and I decided it needed to all go back to the actual room. So, yeah. And then sometime this week, you'll see my bridges come out. I will finally be showing those. I'm not far from being done. I just got to get the rest of the paint done and get them put together. Alien movies were great. But then I liked it when they brought the Predator in on it too, which is kind of where I went with the, what was it? Back when I had Betty. That's why I had that, the Predator. Like, well, what's the most impressive thing out in the world that can beat anything at least once? I was like, that's the Predator. So that's what I created the Predator for that. But I painted him in Christmas colors. So he could go on the layout somewhere. And then the Terminator, which you all saw, those of you who saw that video, didn't turn out as good as I wanted it to, but it worked all right. Oh, you going to sleep? Yeah, it's a school night, man. I don't know what time it is where you're at, but it's 9:22. I probably need to get off here. I'd like to eat some dinner, and I got to get ready for work tomorrow. I got to be there extremely early so I can get done and have a good weekend. We got a lot to do. Got to finish the inlays. Got to finish the bridge. And I'm going to try and get. I'm not even going to bring it up. I'll just say Cobra. I'm going to try and get to that Cobra. Santa the Terminator. I'll be back next year. You better behave. It's not the Puma. Have a good night, Ted. You know what, everybody? I'm just going to go ahead and jump off here. I think we had some good topics tonight. Going forward, we'll see where we go, but it's not always about just slot cars. I just like to talk to people and have people talk to me, and we just kind of just work things out, man. Just figure it out. It's just fun. Same thing I get from Marty's channel, and I'll call Marty out again, and I think that's why we all love it, because Marty's got a great channel there. And he explains a few things. He doesn't always get to the topic either, so because we stretch him out to different directions. There's no toilet. Hey, wait a minute. What do you mean there's no toilet? Oh, Digger was still hiding there in the background. Hey, if you watch Magnetic Racing site lately, they have the sink and everything now, Fox. So you have no excuses. All right, guys. Everybody have a good night, and hope to see you again in somebody else's chat. Good night.